Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 6 of Warlocks Play, where apparently ghosts can't stop getting injured. I'm your host, the Deacon, also known as Mike, and we're playing HBS Battletech with the Urban Warfare expansion. Now, before we get started with anything, I just want to talk a brief moment about any background noises you might hear during this recording. It's a nice warm day. It's June 30th in California as I record this. It's hot as heck. I've got a fan on me. I've got it turned down to low, and I've got it turned away from my super professional expensive microphone, but you might hear some background noises out of that, and I apologize. I'm going to speak up so that my lovely voice drowns that out. Also, you may hear some wind chimes. There's some wind chimes close to my window here. They're getting pushed around by a breeze out there. Not a cool, refreshing breeze, unfortunately. Kind of a mean and angry and spiteful breeze, like if you owed money to a nuclear power hairdryer kind of breeze. So you may hear some wind chimes in the background. And lastly, my computer is producing both noise and heat to run this game for you. Darius talking there about no pets on the Argo. I don't know what he's talking about. There are no animals on the Argo. Yeah, so the computer's running hot. The environment's running hot. I'm really living the mech warrior life here for you folks. I hope you appreciate it. Now, we've got to pass a little time to get 3 of our mechs repaired from the near debacle that our last mission was. Samiri, would you be quiet? So we've got to pass a little time to do that. And before we do that, I want to fill out the last 3 bunks in our barracks. We have 5 of our 8 berths filled. We have 6 mech warriors, but one of them's the commander. I get deluxe accommodations. We're going to hire 5 more mech warriors because when we pass time, any mech warriors will gain XP because we have this training module. They get 20 XP a day until they reach 10,000 XP. So it behooves us to have as many pilots hitting the sims as possible if we're going to pass time. We're going to pass about 5 days here plus any travel time. So I've consulted my HR department, aka random.org, and we're going to go to the hiring hall and we're going to hire 3 pilots. Let's see, this one 2322, we can do better than that.
Commander?
3243, that sounds better. That's worth another 10,000 to start. I'll hire you.
New mech warriors available.
3343.
Orders?
3252. 3343. We'll take Sunfish
Standing
and Sandstorm
Yes, Commander.
as well.
New mech warriors
Yes,
available.
Commander.
But of course they're not Sunfish and Sandstorm.
New mech warriors available.
We're going to the barracks.
I'm your spaniel.
Helion,
Waiting for orders.
Sunfish,
Ready
and
for
Sandstorm.
orders.
Now, the order that my
Orders?
HR department gave me these names was that Helion is not Helion. Helion is the Rhino. And Sandstorm
Receiving you.
is not Sandstorm. She is Dirty. And lastly, Sunfish
Good to go.
is Quack Shot. Alright, so Rhino, Dirty, and Quack Shot have joined the team. I'll probably let them get some sim time for this deployment here in this system and all the way to the next system, so they get a little sim time, a little XP, and we'll give them some extra skills. Now, we've had a discipline issue. Wrecker has been creating a hostile work environment for Mercy because they have the same voice pack.
Receiving you. Commander? Standing by. Good to go. Yeah, Commander.
So, HR has decided that we're going to change Wrecker's voice pack to 4.
Waiting for orders.
Which is similarly perky.
Waiting for orders. Commander?
But
I hear ya.
different.
I need an emergency cleanup at the half-plot 2 barracks. Bring mops, ammonia, and a cartload of rags.
1, 2, 3, not it. Okay, so now we're going to go pass some time, get our mechs repaired.
That work order you submitted
All
is
done.
complete.
We're going to look at our mech warriors who are going to be going on the mission
What's
and
up,
assign
boss?
any skill points. So all 4 sound good, but what sounds better is Bulwark. Now let's talk about perks in the first generation of them. You have multi-target, sure footing, Bulwark, and sensor lock. Now multi-target is basically what it sounds like. You get another button on your console, the bottom of the screen, and when you press it you can select multiple targets, 3 of them, up to 3 of them, and decide which weapons are going to shoot at which. Now, this is great if that one target over there just needs to get shot once to get knocked over or killed, and you don't want to waste all your firepower on it. It's also useful if you want to shoot 1 medium laser at that locust with 5 evasion pips to try and take 1 off, and then send all your other firepower at something else. So you can maybe have 2 or 3 of your mechs do this, take evasion pips off the lance or off the locust, and then the last guy in your lance kills the locust. So multi-target's great. That's definitely a possibility. It also would improve our base to hit. Every pip in gunnery does that. Sure footing, they gain mechs with this perk get an extra evasion pip after moving. It can exceed the unit's maximum. If you move, but if you don't jump or charge into melee, you also get entrenched, which is a 50% stability damage reduction. That's pretty good, but you know what's better? Bulwark. Passive. Cover and guarded states both provide 40% damage reduction rather than 20% damage reduction. Cover and guarded together provide 60% damage reduction. So, if you're in cover, period, and you have Bulwark, you get 40% damage reduction. You jumped there, you sprinted, you ran up in combat, all these things that sure footing doesn't apply to, Bulwark does. And if you go into cover and you know you're going to get shot at and you take brace, you have a 60% damage reduction. Or if you use vigilance. So Bulwark is really good, and we end up in a situation where it's not so much why do we take Bulwark, but more along the lines of why have we not taken Bulwark. And lastly, sensor lock. Basically, if you do not have visualization of a target, but it is within sensor range, you can activate a sensor lock and you can see what it is. It also gives it a +2 sensors impaired effect, which means that the target has a hard time hitting what it's shooting at. That can add up. Sometimes useful for removing 2 evasion pips off of a fast mover. Reduces the damage output, possibly. That's useful, but now we'll be able to choose 2 of these 4 options. Also, for the second tier of perks, will be determined by the first one. We can only choose one of the second tier, and it has to be directly related to one of the first tiers. With all that in mind, I think we're probably going to start giving everybody bulwark, and then to diversify, we'll choose as our second perk between the other three. So if Mercy has the XP to get bulwark, we're going to take it.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Same for Pot Shot.
Commander.
Mech Warrior training complete.
Good to go.
Wrecker does not have the XP for it yet. We'll go... Yeah, we'll go Tactics 4, Piloting 3. That's fine.
Training complete.
Who am I missing?
Receiving
Ants.
you.
Ants will get bulwark.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Orders?
Alright, so these guys will now be a lot more durable. That's a significant upgrade to their abilities. Wrecker's going to be kind of
Good to go.
at risk until she gets 1600 XP and gets bulwark, so we're going to save up for that. Piloting is one of the least useful ones. I think someone will probably disagree with me, although if we're doing melee, I might want to spend points in it. Now the second
Ready
perk
for
that we're going
orders.
to pick for these guys will be dependent on kind of what they end up doing. Potshot's a good example. Potshot's
How's it
tending to be long-range fire support. We're probably going to do multi-shot on him. That way he could shoot his PPC at one target and LRM at another, if that's useful. He's not going to want a sensor lock. We want him shooting, because when you do sensor lock, that takes your attack opportunity away. So sensor lock, as good as it sounds, means you don't attack. Now, if you're behind one side of a hill and you need to sensor lock that other guy, that's pretty useful. If you're overheating, that's useful. If you're trying to run away, that's useful. But for the most part, giving up your attack to do sensor lock, not so great. And sure footing, I just don't know. Now, sure footing in conjunction with bulwark does create a very defensive oriented mech, so we will consider that as our second. But I think for the most part, all of our pilots, we're going to start with bulwark and go from there. So let's go and shoot some stuff. Now we're going to take this mission here, Price of Discretion. It's got a good payout, and it is against the Free Worlds League, not pirates. We're still not having access to the black market yet. I'm hoping that they'll give us a second opportunity. I want to try and make sure that we maintain the 500,000 C bills that we'll need to do that. So we're going to take a bunch of money, maybe a little salvage, because it's only 1.5 skulls. I don't think it's going to have much of a salvage payout, but 500,000 C bills is good, and maybe something good drops. So here we go. And we're going to keep Ants, Potshot, and Mercy in the cockpits, Wrecker in the fire starter. I really want to get a full crew with all with bulwark, and then move from there. And these guys will hit the sims. So here we go. Now this is an escort mission, which I don't think we've encountered before. Basically, we're going to have some vehicles with us, or we may have to go meet them, and then we have to guide them to a second location, and somebody's going to try and kill them while we do that. Now, one of the things the game will do is that the AIs will get suicidal. They'll shoot at the targets and not at me until I shoot at them. Then you get their attention. Some people might call that getting aggro. We can take advantage of that in a couple different ways. Later on, when we get some mechs with multi-shot, you can target 3 mechs and put a couple shots at them, and all of a sudden you've got their undivided attention. For good and bad. Prevents them from shooting what you're trying to escort, but now they're shooting you.
Command interface initiated.
Or we can focus fire at one guy, kill him while his friends ignore us. Alright, so it looks like we have to get to that reconnaissance
All right.
point.
Keep your eyes open and watch your sensors.
Excuse me, rendezvous point. And then we'll meet up with the vehicles, and we may encounter some hostiles there.
On the move. On the move. I leap! I soar!
Yeah, I like her new voice pack.
Good to go.
Okay, so this is a bit of special terrain here. This is a mineral field. Mineral fields tend to be obnoxious because they're kiddie pools. If you have one and there's some light mechs, hostile light mechs around, they will invariably find their way into the mineral pool, the mineral field, the kiddie pool, to be super obnoxious and hard to kill. To try and hit them, when they're in the mineral field, it's +4 difficulty to hit them. Given their high pips, small size gives them advantages. They can be obnoxiously hard to kill. They may not hit hard because they also have a difficulty when they make their attacks. But as we saw in the last mission, one light mech can provide eyes for other mechs with LRMs. And if you're trying to kill that light mech and it's standing in one of these mineral fields, it's going to be really hard. But for right now, we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to jump Wrecker in her fire starter up to scout, but there's nothing there. So, whatever. These guys are going to go to the
Position
top of the
confirmed.
hill. Now, the Centurion doesn't have jump jets. That's the thing I may want to change when we move on to our
Heading
next
out.
location. So he has to go around the mountain.
Commander.
And Wrecker... There's no cover for him to jump into.
Good to go.
So what we'll do is we'll use one of these guys. And this is where Bulwark is going to come in handy. When you're not in combat mode, generally you're sprinting. At the end of sprinting, you don't do anything. But if you jump, at the end of sprinting, you would do an action. You'd shoot, brace, whatever. If you're not in combat mode, the only option is bracing.
Jumping.
So it's going to brace for us, and it's going to stack with the Bulwark effect. And so we've got 4 pips and 40% damage reduction, and we're not in any cover. That's one of the really lovely things about Bulwark. But we still haven't encountered any
Lifting off.
hostiles.
On my way.
There may not be any here.
What can I do for you? Affirmative.
Yeah, it looks like there aren't any here. So
Moving
let's get
to
up
position.
here
Got it.
and hurry up through this mission.
Coordinates received.
Moving to position.
Move order received. Moving out.
Okay, now we've got to escort 4 Sleipner APCs to here. And looks like it's already expecting hostiles there. So we want to get there. Now you can't just rush ahead of the convoy. If you get too far away from them, they just kind of stop and wait. They do have guns. 2 medium lasers, 2 MGs. It's not, you know, not great, but not terrible either. But we want to get ahead of them, but not too far ahead.
Aye, aye.
And start
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
dealing with the hostiles ahead of us.
Time to fly! Sensors have
And
something.
we've got contact, and we're in combat mode. Alright. What have we got? A mech. A light. A reserve.
Standing by.
A Jenner. We got 2 lights.
Yeah, Commander.
Let's do this.
Okay, send Pot Shot up to occupy the high ground. This Locust is just standing in the water. This Jenner's got 4 pips. The Jenner's shoddy. The Locust is shoddy.
Got it. That hit something good.
Pot Shot coming through with the PPC. Let's reserve and see what the vehicles do. The enemy's not going to be doing anything. Okay. About what I was
Yes, Commander.
Ants is going to come up.
On my way.
And shooting at this Jenner with 4 pips is just a waste of time. I'd rather just spend my LRM shot on this Locust.
Engaging. Commander?
Mercy's gonna jump up.
Affirmative.
And probably
Take that!
ruin this Locust. And they're out of the game. So because we two destroyed torsos and
I hear ya.
a knockdown. Three pips. Now Jenner has a lot of firepower. Shooting at it really is a waste of time. Ericker's just gonna brace. And we've got another light mech over here in the corner. And as you can see, I think we talked about this.
Waiting for orders.
Light mech, mineral field, kiddie pool. They can't help it. I'm going to reserve. I've got Wrecker up here with 3 pips and brace. Whatever this thing is, if it shoots at her, I want it to do as little as possible. So we'll reserve.
I'll wait here for now.
And we've got, what have we got? A Panther. Alright.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I'm going to go punch this Jenner and see what happens.
Got it. Ah! Receiving you. On my way.
That -4 to hit is producing massive reductions in accuracy for my weaponry.
Aye, aye.
but we still took a leg out. So that's good.
Commander.
Yes, Commander.
Even when that thing's knocked down, like Potshot's PPC is only at 65%.
Affirmative. Critical hit, Commander.
Receiving you. Location confirmed. One less target.
Good job, Ants. Now, invariably, this Panther's going to jump up into the kiddie pool here. These things can really be obnoxious. Did he make it? Yep. So this is the symbol they get for the status symbol they get for being in the mineral field.
Good to go. I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Wrecker's going to run behind it and do an aim shot, precision strike right on its rear center torso. Now rear attacks ignore cover and guarded. Any damage reductions. The 2 hit penalties still apply. That's why one of the reasons why I'm using the precision strike to counter that.
Take this! When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
How's it going? Yes, boss?
Ready for orders. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. That hit something good. Good to go. Firing.
Well, at least we've taken all the weapons off the Panther. And the APC gets the kill. That's right, we still get the salvage. Alright, and it looks like it could be smooth sailing from this point forward. So what we'll do is just kind of form a relay.
Location confirmed.
Bracing for impact.
So these guys will always be near a mech. And we can just wait for them to drive through to their destination.
Bracing for impact. Confirmed. Holding. Taking a protective stance.
Receiving you. Up high.
On my way. Resting my mech.
Hello. of
Hold
hostiles.
this position,
Yay!
Commander. The package will be on its way soon.
A crab and a locust. All right.
It's on now.
Okay, so this is a friendly dropship coming in to pick up the convoy.
What can I do for you?
Okay. We want to get... that crab's attention before it shoots at anything else. Okay. So we shot at it, so it's not going to
barely
take
hit,
shots
Commander.
at the convoy. It's good. We want to have all the APCs escape so we can get some bonus cash. Quack Shot, where you
Waiting
at?
for orders.
Where can you go that you would get direct shots? It's not great because we're in a mineral field. We're in the kiddie pool. But take it. What else have we got?
Waiting for
Ants.
orders.
I want to work on the crab first. The locust will be harder to hit this turn. Already taken
think I
one
hit
half this
something
mech
good.
away. Feels good. So a crab's got a large laser in each arm, a medium laser and a small laser in the torsos. We've taken off a large laser, which is a big gun.
Standing by.
We know this because Mercy's got large lasers as well.
Heading out.
So try using the mineral fields for our advantage. It's not affecting us that bad.
Locking in all weapons systems.
Other arm's gone. This thing's down to like a medium laser now.
Reporting. Critical hit.
It's this lollygagger that's gonna cost me money. I know it. So remember what I said about light mechs heading for the kiddie pool? This locust started here. 2 turns, it's done nothing but run and brace. What are the odds it's coming here? Pretty high, I think.
Good to go. You betcha. All weapons are go. Bang! You're dead.
Oh, stop, that tickles.
Orders? Moving out. Roger. Hostile eliminated.
Mercy, once again, not living up to her name.
Roger that. Holding.
And now we're just waiting
for
for
now.
this last
Cooling down a
APC to get to the escort zone.
Objective secured.
And they're out of here. And that'll be the mission. I think we did pretty good there. There we are.
Mission successful.
So, we got a Panther. I think I'm going to take the piece of the Panther as our pick. I think it'll finish one. Yeah, we take this piece. We already have two. It'll finish a Panther. Hopefully, if we get one of these Locust pieces, we'll finish a Locust. Not because I want to use them, but I can sell one. So let's see what we get. Got a Locust piece. Got two. Alright. Pretty soon we can have our own lance full of long-range missile Locusts.
That mech is ready to fight. That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
Alright, so this is the screen we get when we finish mechs and we don't have room for them. So what I'm going to do, since the Panther is pretty superior to the Commando, I'm sending the Commando to storage. I'm going to put the Locust up there, but we don't want the Locust there either, so we're immediately going to go to the mech bay and send the Locust to storage too. And so this is our main lance, as we've seen: Centurion, Blackjack, Vindicator, Firestarter. And we got a Panther as backup. And what's the Panther got going on? Well, the Panther's tough and durable for a light mech because it's a bit slower, which is fine because its job is to fire this big honking PPC at dudes from long range. So it doesn't need to chase them down. It doesn't need to maneuver. It just needs to jump on top of a hill, preferably in cover, and shoot this thing until the enemy's a big pile of melted metal. It's got an S-arm for fun, but whatever. So this is a great mech. It's pretty durable. It's kind of the opposite of the Firestarter, where the Firestarter wants to get in kissing range and light things on fire. So that was a successful mission. We've got a little XP to assign. We'll take care of it now, and then we'll probably call it a day for this episode.
Commander.
Ant's got some XP. We're going to go with Tactics 4.
Training complete.
Good to go.
Mercy will round out Piloting 4. Piloting 4, you get +1 unsteady threshold. Now, if you imagine the yellow bar on mechs when we're in combat mode, and you see the yellow bar is the unstable bar. +1 unsteady threshold, that means essentially that instead of it filling up to 40% and you become unstable and lose all your evasion, this brings it up to 60%. And we'll talk more about the unsteady mechanics a little later on, but this is good. And we're also better in melee. Not that she does a lot of punching. She punches with hard, coherent light. And she's damn good at it, too. Does this... Does this give any indication on her... Oh, here we go. Service record. 9 deployments. 6 mech kills. 7 other kills. Been with us 36 days. That's interesting. Ants.
Good to go.
What have you done for us? 7 mech kills. 3 other kills. 2 injuries taken. What have I done? Well, I'm the boss, so don't worry about me.
Commander.
You watch your own lane.
Orders?
Do I want to look at Ghost? 3 deployments, 1 mech kill, no other kills. But I know he's done more than that. 5 injuries taken. I wonder if this is This doesn't seem to translate directly to actual wounds that take you out of the fight.
Commander.
Quack Shot service record. 9 deployments, 7 mech kills, 3 other kills. And record.
Waiting for orders.
4 deployments, 3 mech kills, 3 other kills. So ironically, a pilot by
What's
the
up,
name
boss?
of Mercy is probably one of the most merciless killers we have on board right now. That's funny. Alright, well that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. We'll be wrapping up the Argo structural upgrade here in another day or two. I'm sure we're all real excited about that. It does absolutely nothing but let us do better upgrades later. Doing pretty good on money. We'll have to assign some XP when we get back, and then we'll do some more contracts. Thanks for watching.